this isn't really the video I wanted to film. Oh, I remember why I hate filming with glasses too. Anyways, this isn't the video I wanted to film, but clearly if you're here, you probably, I shouldn't say clearly, but if you're here, you more than likely watch a lot of other channels as well. And you probably know the, I don't want to call it drama, but the news that has come out about like Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and whatnot. And I'm not going to get into it. So if you're here being like, oh, what happened? Just Google it. We're not here to talk about that. But I don't know how I feel now, but before I was a Jaclyn fan. I supported her. She did things that I didn't agree with. And part of the reason I decided to dedicate all my project pans this year to being Jaclyn Hill themed was because I support her. I buy a lot of her stuff, and a lot of them are coming up on expired and old. And I was like, you know what? I want to get my money's worth, and I want to use the products, re-fall in love with them, remember what it was that inspired me from her. So that's why I kind of centered my project pan themes around them this year. But I don't know, after watching a lot of videos about defective products and questionable possibilities of mold, it really brought to light that at what point do you keep trying to go through almost expired or expired products until you're just like, no, it's time to get rid of these. So I think the big one was lipsticks. My lipsticks do not smell like lipsticks. Like even the Stila one that I had in that project pan that wasn't Jaclyn Hill related, you could still smell the mint in it, but you could definitely still smell the plastic in it. And usually when it starts smelling like plastic or it smells like Play-Doh, that's when it's time to get rid of it. So I decided to look at the products in my projects, reevaluate it, and is it really worth it? And so the first project we ended, you're not gonna even recognize this. This is the Favorites palette. Now it's funny because I think I told everybody that one of the shades came busted. And that's it all over here, that pink hue. So the pink broke and got underneath the palette too. And yeah, that's what it looks like now. So the big deciding factor in getting rid of this is I'm not a Morphe fan. I promise you, still not a Morphe fan, even though I bought something else, which we're going to touch on in a second. The second factor that I decided to get rid of this is because something's been irritating my eyes lately. And I had it narrowed down to it's either this or it's possibly one of two products that I have in my drop 10. And just FYI, I did decide to ex-nay those products. They're now in the done bin. I'm not going to try and suffer through them anymore. Whatever it was that's irritating my eyes, it's gone. So whether it was this or it was those, I don't care to find out. All I know is every time I use this palette, my eyes got itchy, my eyes got swollen. Every time I use those two products, my eyes got itchy, my eyes got swollen. So you know what? Let's get rid of it. So Project Pan is ending for this year. My final thoughts on this, I did like some of these shimmers, especially the green one, that pinky purple one, that orange one. Did I say that already? I really love the orange one. Right now I was like gung-ho on a coral and orange kind of color theme. Oh, look at that. But yeah, I did think the shimmers were pretty nice in this, minus that kind of purpley brown one that was up here in this corner that was just chunky and fall aparty. As for the mattes, the lighter mattes were very standard. A lot of the lighter mattes in this palette were very close. They were like one shade off, so it was kind of agitating to have that many in here. But to be quite honest, those are the shades you tend to go through really quickly, are those crease shades or the all over lid shades, so I can understand why you would have quite a few of them in here. As for the darker matte colors, those were awful. There was one here that I think was purple, and I think it was actually shimmery. It wasn't matte, but it was so chunky and it was so gritty and it was so hard to work with. So take away my dislike for Morphe. This palette, I think I would say I really enjoy their shimmers. They're really creamy, really easy to work with, minus one or two, which, you know, you always have your hits and your misses. Overall, as a palette, I wouldn't suggest buying it as a palette. I would suggest going in and individually buying colors. Or I think Morphe has shimmer palettes specifically. I wouldn't suggest Morphe mattes. To me, after using this, I am not enticed to try them again. But their shimmers were really nice. So that is my end for this whoop. that is the end of that palette for me. I did want to talk about another palette really quickly, so it's over there. 1 second. Last but not least, I am going to return this. So I know last video, I swear to God, I spent like, no, it was my purchases video. I spent like probably the first half of that video being like, should I not? My morals, my ethics, like what did I do kind of thing. It's going back, and there's 2 reasons for that. One, this whole situation that has kind of happened with her, I don't want to give her my support until I feel like she at least tried to do the right thing and solve with what's going on right now. Saying that, my other thing with this is I was so on the fence about it because I like the shimmers in here. I'll be honest, I'll actually show you some of my favorites, but I still don't like the mattes. That's just what it is. I don't like Morphe mattes. I think they're awful. But there are more mattes in here than there are shimmers. It's fairly close, but I do believe there's more mattes, so it makes it not so worth it. And if I was on the fence and now I'm upset about something, I don't want to support it. It's going back. So these are all the colors here. Love this. This matte was actually one of the few that I actually didn't mind playing with. It did take some building up. It did take patience, but we got it to work in the end. These 2 shades here I'm really gonna miss because they're beautiful shimmers. These 2, I think they could have been done better, especially this one. This one's already starting to get hard pan on it as well. These 3 down here, oh my god, hands down, these are the 3 I'm gonna miss. What's nice though is I just bought a new palette and it has a shade very similar to that one, so it's like, yeah. One of my Becca products is a similar shade to this one as well, which I'm gonna have some thoughts in my upcoming Pan That Baby palette and Pan That Face palette in the next little bit, just because I did also find something in my Pan That Face palette. I think it's my last episode. I did find something in it, and now after seeing all this, there's something not sitting right with me, so I got some time to think about it, but I'm definitely going to be talking about that in an upcoming thing. But luckily there is a shade similar to this one. It's actually funny, the thing I pulled out I think came out of that one. I got a lot to think about, but gonna miss these 3, definitely gonna miss these 2, gonna miss this one. Everything else is pretty standard, but disappointed by these 2, and disappointed by all these 4. But like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the matte, so it's going back. Unfortunately, it is past the return stage, which I think means I'm only eligible for store credit or exchange with Sephora now. Fuck, I hate shopping in store at Sephora. I'm gonna go to Kingsway. Kingsway, the one I hate the least. Yeah, just definitely not gonna say it. Anyways, I don't think I'm gonna start a Pan That palette up for the rest of the year, but what I think I'm gonna do is try and rotate through what I have and get re-inspired by it. So I'm gonna go that route. That's the end of Pan That palette 2019, and I'm disappointed and I could ramble here forever. So I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. Leave me your opinions down below. I am trying to get better at responding to you guys because I could make a whole nother video about this too, but just to put it in here, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you sending me comments, taking the time to watch videos, like videos, any sort of support you give me. I really do appreciate it, and I am really shitty at responding back to you guys, and I am sorry for that. That is something I want to be better at, because at the end of the day, if you watch my video, if you sent me a comment, the least I can do is write back to you and show you that gratefulness back, and I really suck at it. So I promise I'm working on it. I promise my silence is not from a malicious place. It's just I'm a very quiet person, and that includes even commenting back on things. I sometimes feel really awkward as I'm responding to people, but you know what? I need to get over it. I put myself in a very open, public kind of place, and it's something that comes with it, and I need to show you my respect in that too. So I am sorry. I promise to try and be better. Please don't give up on me and stop commenting, because I really do appreciate it, and yeah, I think we can all be better. Who always says that at the end of their videos? I don't remember, but it's true. I think we can all be better. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys later, and yeah, leave me your opinions down below. Bye guys.